Okay, so welcome to the Monday evening masterclass. Tonight, our focus is going to be on a practice, again, that is for helping to deal with hot temperatures. But we're going to do a little bit different start. So a lot of times we start out with sun salutations and we move a little bit slower because the theme when you're dealing with hot temperatures should always be ease. That's how we pacify heat inside the body. We want to make sure that we're moving with ease and we're diffusing the heat. We're allowing heat to be removed from the body, and we do not want to intensify what we're doing in our practice because that will bring in heat. So that is the goal. We're really using our yoga practice as a way to bring balance into our life. So I always am integrating the Ayurvedic principles and the yoga together because they're all one and the same. They're the same principles. So we're going to start out tonight stretching and being very gradual and moving from that stretching into more of a movement type of practice. But I want you to be aware of how your body's responding to the practice and take it easy, right? Chillax. That's what you want to do. Chill and relax at the same time. Chillax. Okay. Patty's like, yes. All right. So let's get started with that. We're going to go ahead and come to the mat. We're going to start out with just a nice stretching practice, and seated is where you want to be. And you do want to have a block and a blanket and possibly a strap. You might need a strap. Okay, so let's get started. All righty. So from there, we're going to come to the mat, and we will start out using a blanket just to give ourselves a little bit of a lift. And we're going to be very gradual in how we move through our practice today. So again, the theme is ease and diffusing. And that's what we want to do, ease and diffuse. So we move very gently. Good. So coming to a seated position. If you have issues sitting comfortably, you want to get up higher. So you just keep rolling the blanket up higher. If you need to double up your blankets, that's fine. No problem. So we're going to take our arms up on an inhale. And then exhale, moving to the right, revolving around the spine to the right. Paying attention to the breath. Inhale up, ease with the breath, and ease with your movement, and then moving to the other side. Inhale up, reach. And now we go forward. And then exhale, you drop forward. And we pause here. So you take a moment and pause. Good. Relax your head. Good, and then coming back up. Inhale up again. Exhale, rotating to the side. Inhale up, reach. Exhale, going to the other side. Inhale, reach. Exhale, we drop forward. Relax your head. Good, and then bringing that body back up. We're going to open up the feet, go wide with the legs, and drop the legs to the right and move to the left. Very gradual, right and left. So holding it to the right, you're going to hold it there and pick up this outside leg, put it right on top of the knee. And then turn your head and look in the opposite direction. And then relax, coming out of that, lift your legs and go to the other side. And now the outside leg comes up right on top of the knee, and turn your head and looking over the right shoulder. And then we release. Now we come back into that seated position, but this time you pull your left heel in and then your right. So opposite of what we did. So if you had your right heel in before, now you do left. Inhale up with the arms. And then exhale, twisting to the right. And then inhale, reach. Exhale, twisting to the left. Take your time. Inhale, reach. And then exhale, we go forward. Walk your hands out. Drop your head. Good, and then slowly, slowly coming up. Inhale up again. Exhale, moving to the right side, opening up the lateral body. This time, let's see if you could drop a little bit more through the elbow. Keep opening the chest though. Try not to collapse. And then lift and go to the other side. Bend that elbow. Good, and then lifting up again, reach. And then exhale, go forward, drop your head. All right, and then lifting up and we go wide again, wide with the legs, hands go back behind you, and then moving side to side, side to side. Little bit different than what we just did when we were on the other leg. Couple more, right to left. Good, and then the feet stay wide. The feet stay wide. You're gonna drop your elbows to the inside. Release your hands down. Anchor that left elbow right underneath the calf and then open up. Reach and extend that right arm and look up. And then release, and you're going to do the other side. That hand drops down and then hook that elbow underneath the calf, and then we open to the other side. You open the whole chest, look up. Good, and then releasing from there. And now we drop both elbows underneath, and then the hands go under as well. Palm of the hands go down. Palm of the hands down. And then release your head forward. Now, if you're able to, you can walk the feet out a little bit. Flatten out. Not all the way, just a little. This is the beginning of our practice, so you may feel a little bit more stiff, although this is an evening practice. So typically the body is pretty warmed up from the day. Good, and then slowly, slowly coming out of that. And we're going to this, bring the legs in and come into a crawling position. From here, release back with the toes curled under, and then shift forward, lower. Lift up Bhujanasana, lift. And then curl your toes under and press back into down dog. Draw your navel in and get hollow in the belly. You literally want to be pushing the organs to the sides. Create a bowl in the belly. Then pick up your right leg and step forward. Drop the back knee. Inhale, lift. Reach up. And we are going to rotate. Exhale, twist. We always want to have rotations when we're trying to diffuse. So twist to the right, look over that shoulder. Behind you. Good. Now, you may actually need a couple blocks or one block for the next part. So you're going to come out of it. Both blocks, if you're using two blocks, go on either side of that front foot. Then you lift your back leg up, pull it in, and straighten the front leg and release. If you're a little more flexible, you can lower the block or your hands can go on the floor. We're diffusing Pitta, diffusing heat. Then releasing both of the hands to the floor and step back into down dog. Shift forward into plank and modify to your knees lower. Lift up Bhujanasana. And then press back down dog. Then picking up the left leg, you'll step the left leg forward, drop the back knee, and we do the same thing. Reach up, and we want to rotate. So now you rotate to the left. Good, and then from there, you're going to do the same thing. You might want to use your blocks on either side of the foot. If you're just using one block, it just goes in front. Okay. And then you straighten the back leg, pull it in, drop your back heel. Both legs straighten. So start out a little higher. Release your head down towards the knee. Then maybe lower your blocks. Keep drawing your navel in. Left hip moves back. Right hip moves forward. You can lower again. Good, and then from there, release your blocks, both hands to the floor, step back into down dog again. Shift forward into plank and modify to the knees if you need to, lower. Lift up Bhujanasana. Good, and then press back. Adho Mukha Savasana. So in between our standing practice, we're going to be adding stretching. So we now drop down onto the knees and take your legs to the right side. So it looks like this. You drop down onto the knees, take the legs to the right side. That top foot, right foot goes into the arch of the left foot, and then we sit back. Now you might need a blanket. You just tuck it underneath you. Okay. And then we twist to the left. And then releasing the top leg, the right leg releases, extend it out. Left heel goes into the groin, right in the middle of the groin. And then you reach with the right hand and the other arm then comes up. So I'm keeping my back to you so that it looks like we're all on the same leg. Then the left hand goes back behind you and lift up and reach. Go all the way back behind you. Open up the front body. Thumbs down, palms down, thumbs reaching back behind you. Open up the whole front of the body. If you can ground this right leg, extended leg, it will help you because it's a fixed point then. And then release, and we go back into that lateral stretch. So you go back into the stretch. See if you can drop a little bit deeper. And the way that you do that is by taking the arm to the inside of the leg. Drop a little deeper. Good, and then we release and slowly come out of that. Take your legs and bring them into the center. So they come into the center. If you are on a blanket, pull it out. Pull the blanket out and then lift your legs up. So you can keep the toes down for balance and then extend your arms. Navel draws in, get really strong in your core. Navasana. And then lift the legs up parallel to the floor. See if you can lift even higher. And if you have to grab the legs behind you, that's fine. And then try to release. Keep lifting your chest. Right. Then from there, we swing our legs over to the left side. The top leg goes into the arch of the bottom leg. Sit up tall. Again, you could throw a blanket underneath you and rotate to the right. And then from there, release. Extend your left leg out. And then open up. So nice lateral stretch for the other side. This first one, you're letting that arm release onto the top of the leg, keeping that chest open. And then your right hand goes back behind you. Anchor down and then reach, lift, palm of the hand down, thumbs reaching back behind you. Anchor that foot down. And then release from there. And again, we go lateral, but this time see if you could drop your arm to the inside and then open. Nice. Good, and then from there we release and both legs come in again. I do want you to keep the chest lifted. So lift your chest first. So get your feet on the ground, lift your chest and use your arms. It's fine. Lift, drop the shoulder blades down the back, then lift your legs. See if you can. You can release from there with the arms or see if you can go a little bit higher. Nice, and then release your arms. And at any time, you can lower the legs and modify. Good, and then the hands Release into the back of the legs. You're going to flatten out your feet, lift your body up, and roll right over into a forward fold. Drop your head. Release the head into the knees. Even out your breath. Okay, from there, bend your knees and your hands are going to come up and bring them right into the heart. Sit. Draw the navel in, get hollow, and then twist. Okay, so our standing leg is going to be the right leg. So you straighten the right leg, open up your arms, and reach out with the left hand. I've got a block here, so I'm going to use it. Reach out. My standing leg is this outside leg. Slide the left leg back. Then lift it up. Parvarita, Ardha Chandrasana. And then lower the back leg, slide the block in, and then go into Parvarita Trikonasana. Releasing the top arm down, and then we release into a forward fold. Now, you can either use your block here, or if you have the balance, you're going to let your arms come up to the low back like this, or interlace your fingers and lift up. Okay? Interlace your fingers and lift up. Square those hips. Then from there, release the arms and the hands come to the ground. You're going to step back into down dog again. Just get hollow in your belly. Take a few breaths. Shifting into plank and lowering. Lift up Bhujanasana. And press back, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Down dog. Right leg is then going to step forward and we're going to go into a pigeon. So you're going to take the left leg, slide it back, way back. And I want you maybe even to use a block on the right glute side or a bolster or a blanket. But do take your weight to the right side, pull the heel up a little bit on that right foot, then come back and even out those hips. Start out high. Good, and then see if you can lower onto the forearms. You can use a block. Good, and then you're going to take your weight. So if you're on a bolster, a block, or a blanket, shift your weight to the right side, pull them out, then shift your weight to the right side. Swing that back leg around. You're going to pull it all the way around. Sit on both sit bones, so you can use a blanket if you need to. And then this leg left leg comes up and you're going to pull it in. Pull it in, hook into that right elbow if you can. If you can't, don't worry about it, pull in. You could stay here, lift the chest. Good. Then you're going to take this foot here and you're going to take the left arm underneath. So it looks like this. You've got the foot, you're going to take the left arm underneath. The left hand then goes to the ground. The other hand, 2 fingers come through the top of the foot, grab, and then you lengthen that leg. Okay, got it. All right, then you drop that foot, drop the foot, and it's hanging out there in front. Pick up the bottom leg and hook that bottom leg on top. So you do have to flex this foot and then hook. All right, then just shift your weight forward, put your weight into your feet and lift your butt up. Okay, now if you can do that, then you might be able to, if you can lift your butt, then that means you might be able to squeeze those legs together and go to the side. And bring it in. Good, release. Pull it in. Both legs come together. You're gonna go right over those feet. Press back into a forward fold and we hold it here. So forward fold, diffusing breath, diffusing heat. So Pitta likes to have a challenge. So that's why we added a little bit of an arm balance there. But at the same time, we always want to think about helping Pitta reduce intensity, helping the heat be reduced if there's too much. Like if there's not enough heat in the body, and that does happen, if you're more kapha, there may not be enough heat. All right. So bend your knees, the hands come together, and you're going to come into Utkatasana. Sit, draw the navel in, and now we rotate to the left side. Push the top hand down into the bottom hand. All right, and then now our standing leg is going to be the left leg. So we straighten the left leg, reach out with the right hand onto a block or onto the floor, then slide the right leg back. From there, lift that leg up. Parvrita Ardha Chandrasana. Then lower that leg and slide into Parvrita Trikonasana. Then that upper arm, the hand in the air, swings down and we go into a fold. So you have an option here. You can hold it here, or the hands can come up and you can interlace those fingers. All right. So it's up to you. You can hold it here. And then releasing your arms. We're going to step back into down dog. Draw the navel in. Take a few breaths here. Get hollow in your belly.
even out the breath. Then shifting forward, modify to the knees if you need to, lower. And lift up, Bhujanasana. Press back, Adho Mukha Savasana. And now picking up the left leg, and we're going to take it into pigeon. You slide your right leg back. Okay, so lean to the left, pull the left a little bit. Now throw a blanket, a block underneath the left glutes, and then you want to even out the hip. So even it out. That means you're going to drop the right hip and the left hip moves back. Start out lifted. And then see if you can lower onto the forearm. Use a block if you need to. Good, and then from there, we're going to pull our blanket or our block out. Take the weight to the left side, left hip, swing the leg around, grab the foot and pull it in. Bring it in. So you can just bring it in like this with the hands, or you can hook into the elbow and cradle that leg. Keep moving the foot up though. Keep moving it up. Okay, so then you grab that foot with the opposite arm. That right arm goes under. You're literally throwing the leg over that right shoulder. And the hand goes to the ground. Lean forward, drop the foot, both hands on the ground. Then you pick up the bottom leg, flex this foot that's in the air, and now you flex your feet together. Flex. Your next step, you could just stay here, it's fine. Your next step is to lean into those feet. Push into your hands and lift your butt up. I'm putting weight into my feet. It's not a big deal. You can do that. Put weight into your feet. Now, if you can do that and lift your butt, then see if you can just squeeze those legs together and go to the side. And come back up. All right. It's optional. No big deal. Okay, good. Release. Baddha Konasana. Feet together. Good work, Robin. All right. Press the elbows down. And I want you to work with your heart. Keep the chin down. So here we go again. We're going to go back into a stretching Baddha Konasana. From Baddha Konasana, we then lift the upper body, open up, straddle those legs. And again, we go to the side. Breathe into the ribs, use the breath to help diffuse the body, diffuse the heat. And then lift and go to the other side. Breathe into the ribs. And then lift both hands
on the legs. You can either reach out that way or go right in front. Drop the elbows. Release the head. Even out your breath. Good, and then we bring our feet together. Bring them in. Good. And now we go right over the feet again. So if you're not at the top of the mat, go to the top of your mat. That's fine. Forward fold. Okay, forward fold. All right. Okay, so from here, standing leg again is going to be your right leg. This time we're going to bend the knees just slightly, bring your block right out, just right out in front of that right leg, or the hand comes to the ground. Slide the left leg back. So if you're using a block, it's just going to give you more space. So it's a little easier. Then you slide the left leg back and bring it up. Now open up the hip. Now we're going into Ardha Chandrasana and then open up. The whole body is rotating to the side this time. Completely hip position is completely different. And then if you feel stable, turn your head and look to the side. That leg in the air is strong and active. Do not let it be limp. And then bending the right leg, if you're using a block, take it with you to the baby toe side of the foot and open up into Trikonasana. Tridoshic posture. It's diffusing for all of the doshas, Vata, Pitta, and Kapha. Balancing for all of the doshas. Then swing that arm around and we're going to lift your back leg up, release down, and drop down to the inside of that leg onto the forearm. So you're in a half lunge. Good, and then from there, lifting up, curl your toes under and step back into down dog. And again, we hold it here for a few breaths. Taking out Chaturanga Dandasana, but if you want to take Chaturanga Dandasana, you can. That's going to be shifting forward into plank, lowering, lifting up into Cobra on your inhale, and then releasing back into Adho Mukha Savasana, down dog on your exhale. And then you hold it. Good, and then from there, look up at your hands and step your feet in. And we go back into another forward fold. All right. Standing leg now is your left leg. If you're using a block, it goes right out from the left foot, length of your torso. Slide the right leg back.
Lift that leg up, open up the hip. Keep your eyes down, navel in, lift the leg up strong, and then open up that arm. Now, if you feel stable, turn your head and look to the side. Leg is strong, that leg in the air. Active. And then from there, you're going to lower and slide that block right next to the baby toe side of the foot and open up into Trikonasana. Evening out the breath. Then swinging that upper arm around. We lift the back heel lower onto the knee. Drop the hands to the inside and go onto the elbow. Use a block if you need to. And relax. Good, and then from there, step back into down dog. Hold it. Even out the breath. Now, if you want to take Chaturanga Dandasana, you can go forward into plank, lower, lift up cobra, and press back into down dog. Get a hollow in your belly. Good, and then from there, we're gonna look up at our hands and walk the feet in, or you can hop. And again, we hold it in a forward fold. Hold it in a forward fold. Relax your head. Straighten your legs. Yeah, so, or come up on your fingertips, Robin, that's fine. Or lift your heels. Now straighten your, yeah, that's easier. I actually think that you can go now onto the heel of the hand, lower onto the heel of the hand. Yeah, there you go. Good. Okay. Then from there, we bend those knees and we release down. So you're going to just sit back a little bit. Right leg comes up. And you're going to hook the right leg on top of the left. So I'm going to turn my hands, fingertips away from me, and just kind of hold it there. Push the chest up. Push the chest up. Relax into your hip. And then drop the legs to the left side. Now, you do want to support yourself with the right hand, with the left around. The right hand. Good. Then straighten out the left leg. Straighten out the left leg and then drop, line up the knees, drop into a forward fold. Okay, so you're dropping into a forward fold, your head releases down. Good, and then slowly, slowly releasing. Bring those legs back into that crawling position. Now your left leg comes up and you're gonna place it on top of that right thigh at the knee. Keep the chest up. Lift the chest. Good, and then we're gonna take the legs and just shift them to the right side this time. You do want to put your weight into this left hand because your right arm is going to come up and push against that leg. Look over the left shoulder. Good, and then releasing from there, lengthen out that right leg, stack the knees, same thing. Drop the head, forward, fold. If you do need a block, you can put a block on your knee. That's fine. Want to make sure that you're able to hold that with ease. Even out the breath. You should feel that breath becoming easier. Nice inhale, exhale, relaxed breath. Breath is always letting you know what your current state is. Always. If you're experiencing anxiety, anxiousness, anything like that, you can work with the breath. Even it out, 1-to-1 breath, 4-count inhale, 4-count exhale. And then start to lengthen your exhale, and that slows the body down. Good, and then from there, releasing out of that, take both feet together and we go onto the back, find your heels and push up into bridge. And then lowering from there, open up your arms to the side, knees go to the right, look to the left. And then knees go to the left and look to the right. From there, set yourself up for Shavasana. So blanket or bolster goes underneath the knees. You do want to have something to cover your eyes. Palm of the hands up in a receiving position next to the hip and upper thigh. Shoulder blades underneath you. Cover your eyes. Soften and relax the body. Bring it into stillness. Let the face and the eyes relax. All sides of the head. Feel your shoulders becoming soft. The chest and the torso softens with the breath.
Feel the belly soften. The entire spine, all the vertebra, all the muscles along the spine, the erector spinae, all the muscles across the back soften, merge and soften into the floor. Legs relax, pelvis softens, becomes more open. Let go of any holding or gripping in your glutes. And down the legs, into the ankles and the feet and the toes. Feel your whole body soften. The breath softening. The mind even softening. Stillness. Feel stillness in the body. Notice and feel stillness in your breath. Notice stillness in the mind. Whenever you have it, be the witness. Good, and then begin to deepen your breath. Wiggle your fingers and your toes and very slowly roll to your right side. And then bring yourself up to a comfortable seated position with your hands coming together, taking your thumbs to your heart. Lift up out of the pelvis, reach through the spine. Top of the head reaches up, close your eyes. Connect with ease. Feel ease moving throughout the body. Hold the body with ease. Hold the mind with ease. Allow the breath to move with ease. You can control all of those things. And let it be a tool for you to manage the heat outside and internally. May you have a beautiful evening. Namaste.